Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Let's Talk Variety Show. My name is Andy Asher.
My name is Laura Leone. We really appreciate you watching.
We absolutely appreciate it, and I want to ask you, if you like it, please subscribe.
We ask that you subscribe and also that you click the little notification bell so you get notifications every single week.
Also, it helps us grow by getting introduced to more followers like you, and your likes and your comments. They help a lot with that as well, so just hit that subscribe button.
And don't forget to click on the little bell.
Yes, absolutely. If for some reason you didn't know Halloween is just 2 weeks away,
Fortnite's Halloween update for 2023 is officially here, and it's one of the best and biggest updates we've ever seen to the game. There's 2 new weapons, Unvaulted
Epic Games is on it with Fortnite. It is among my top 3 favorite games, but I also like the more calming Journey that I play most often. Now, I was over at Home Depot the other day. They must have the best Halloween section that I have ever seen. Of course, we know there's Madonna, and then there's Beyonce, and there's Taylor, and then there's Skelly. Skelly is the 12-foot tall lawn decoration that changed Halloween when it debuted 3 years ago. Now, Skelly's star has thoroughly blasted through the usual limitations of plastic pumpkins and styrofoam grave markers and other Halloween adornments. The problem at Home Depot, though, is Skelly has achieved such dizzying levels of celebrity, they can't find an act to follow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, love him. He's out with another book, and it is called Be Useful, 7 Tools for Life. I look forward to reading it. It's about his own journey and ceaseless reinvention and extraordinary achievement, available for absolutely anyone.
I mean, you have to be able to struggle, and if you're not able to, work on that. Work on that you're learning how to accept pain, misery, and discomfort, all of the things that you don't like, because the more you experience the things that you really don't like, the more you can grow and the tougher you get and the more you can handle. I mean, it's just that simple.
Arnold is the world's greatest bodybuilder, if you didn't already know. And he's the highest paid movie star, the leader of the world's 6th largest economy. Hard to believe it's the same person, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he also, I believe, is on a farm in Montana now and very into his animals, which I think is really cool, Andy.
Yeah, I heard about that, but he still is staying in front of the camera. I mean, he has a show that's out, I know, and then he has a new book that we just talked about. So he's definitely out there. Conspiracy theorists might tell you something different surrounding the moon landing. That's right, the moon landing, I remember that pretty well, but some people claim that it was all a fake. Now, those theories have suggested that the footage and the photographs were staged in a studio and that the entire event was a hoax. Listen to this clip.
If you don't believe that humans ever landed on the moon, you'd probably think that on July 16, 1969, a select group of government officials, a crew of filmmakers sworn to secrecy, and a famed Hollywood director named Stanley Kubrick all gathered on a soundstage in a military base, deep in the Nevada desert, better known as Area 51. And here they pulled off the greatest hoax in history.
Now, these claims, by the way, have been debunked by scientists.
Speaking about strange things, Andy, let's check into our supermarket tabloid section. This is like a fun section for me, and I just love speculating about it. Kevin Costner, by the way, I love him. He's one of my favorite actors. And Christine Baumgartner divorce, even though they have reportedly come to terms. So, that just, unfortunately, that happens. He was in Yellowstone as a star, which I love that show, and his estranged wife and him have reached a settlement agreement for their contentious divorce, which, is to be expected sometimes. and they have had a long legal battle over child support and moving out and their Santa Barbara home. So
the crazy thing about that, Laura, is that I do follow the tabloids. I mean, I won't deny that for sure. But they have been carrying that story now for weeks and weeks and weeks. So it shows, I'm interested. I mean, after all, I'm talking about it, and you're talking about it here. But it looks as though other people are, because otherwise I don't think the magazine would make such a big deal about it. But we'll see what happens if it fades from memory after the apparent completion of these divorce proceedings.
Yeah, we'll see. And if the tabloids keeps on running it, then it's obviously selling and doing something, and a lot of people are interested because it's it's Kevin Costner. He's a legend. If you're looking for Halloween party ideas, which I love Halloween with the little guy, for kids and for adults, check out your local supermarket newsstand. Sometimes they give like fun recipes and things like that.
And of course, Laura, there is hardly any red-blooded American boy who doesn't get all excited over a loud, fast, awesome, high-powered sports car. And right now, everyone is talking about some of these high-powered beasts of a car, some as high as 1,000 horsepower, with a price tag exceeding $2 million.
Claim your swagger. Today, Andy discovers what it means to claim your swagger. I'm still trying to find that out myself, but exclusive access to what companies have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to understand. Claim Your Swagger is a book about developing a new relationship with your self-worth or self-actualization, which I like to refer to, and learn to appreciate your strengths and limitations. Andy spoke with, in an interview, Jennifer Sukalo's swagger approach and what makes it something that's unique but extraordinary.
What I'd like to ask people, Jennifer, is a little bit about the origin story. What got you into the difficulties that people find who get stuck in trauma and burnout, etc. How did you get into that?
Well, as everybody probably says, it's a little bit of a long story, but my background is actually in behavior change. And one of the things that struck me, especially when I was working with cancer survivors, is that when they're in treatment becomes, and surviving treatment becomes their whole life. But when they get through treatment, they are fundamentally changed by the experience, and they can't go back to who they were before because they're not that same person anymore.
So you've discovered that healthy people emotionally are able to take on that attitude that you just described.
It's a little bit easier for people that have already decided to or recognize the fact that we can control our thoughts, that we can choose how we think. That's one of the most amazing discoveries that's happened in psychological research in the past 2 decades. Recognizing and identifying the fact that we can choose how we think.
Now, what kind of a takeaway would someone learn from what you're saying who maybe hasn't experienced such a hopeful future?
I want to tell people is this. The cracks that form in our lives from our experiences are not something to be hidden away, not something to be ashamed of. The scars that we get, if we start filling them with gratitude, we use gratitude as our gold, then we transform ourselves into priceless works of art. So swagger is not just a word, it's a lifestyle. It's something that needs to be worked on and practiced daily. And it's also an acronym. So the way that I have broken it down, each letter, except for the first 2, so it stands for self-worth, appreciation for your strengths and limitations, gratitude for how your life experiences have shaped who you are, grounded in your core values, empowered to overcome self-limiting beliefs, and renewed through a greater focus on your passion and purpose.
It can be at any time in life.
Exactly. That's why there is no age limit on swagger, and it can't be bought. It has to be earned. You have to do the work to be able to truly claim your swagger. And so that's what I mean by swagger. You know who you are. You are unapologetic about saying, this is me, and I'm okay with who I am. And I know that I'm worthy simply because I exist, not because of how many people like me or how many things I have or what I've done in my life. You are so secure in who you are and not afraid of recognizing that you're not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. And that's what I mean by swagger. You become, when you claim yours, you become that person that lights up the room.
Well, you know, a lot of people are retiring a lot these days, and retirement in many cases can suggest that you're being put out to pasture.
Yeah.
In some sense, it's a feeling, all right?
Sure.
You know, with that being put out to pasture is also a sense of losing your swagger.
Well, you lose a lot of times. This is often what happens. So we have been conditioned over time and in our lives to connect who we are and our self-worth to what we do, to our job. So when that gets taken away, you lose a bit of yourself because of how you've identified yourself, because of how you've connected your worth or what you're providing or what you're giving to the world. And when that goes away, then you're at a loss. So by shifting your perspective and your mindset to understand that we are worthy already just because we exist, no qualifiers needed, then that changes. And the other thing I like to talk about as it relates to retirement, I don't even use that word. I like to think of it as your next chapter. And by the way, we are the screenwriter, director, and lead actor in the movie of our lives. And that means we're writing the story. So it's not the end, it's just the beginning of your next adventure.
Jennifer, let me ask you, for people who are watching this and it rings true to them, how might they start out?
Well, one of the easiest things they can do is actually go to the website, swaggeru, that's the letter U.com. And there's a very simple quiz that they can take, which is designed to help give you some insight into how you see yourself right now and how you see your circumstances. And that's a great place to start because it doesn't cost anything at all. And you can start that process of pausing and taking time to reflect. Because in order to move forward, we have to first identify which direction we might want to go. Success requires P to the power of 3, patience, practice, and perseverance. You have to be patient with yourself when you're trying to undo or let go of old habits and form new ones. It takes time. And you have to be willing to practice. We can't get great or even good at anything without putting the time in to practice those new behaviors. Continue and keep going. You will succeed.
Take time to develop, don't they?
That's absolutely true.
Well, thanks so much, Jennifer.
Jennifer Sukalo designed the Swagger book process to guide motivated individuals as they take steps in the next phase of their life and personal development.
Hey, Laura, this has been a great show. Before we go, we want to remind you about subscribing. You know, it benefits you, and at the Let's Talk Variety show as well. It's a big benefit.
Definitely. There's a lot of reasons why we ask you to subscribe, and always love to provide great content And with more subscribers, you'll be notified. We'll have, bigger guests on and cool things that we can share.
Yeah, those are great reasons. And also, we're going to be growing and you can be growing with us. So subscribe and follow us and you'll get notified on every show. And with that, hey, we want to say thanks for watching. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Let's Talk Variety Show. My name is Andy Asher.
My name is Laura Leone. We really appreciate you watching.